Hello there, welcome to Spirit and You. My name is Debbie and welcome Aries, welcome to your February 2019, your general reading. So what I've done for you is I've got 8 cards laid out and I've also got an animal spirit card which I'll show you at the end. Can I just say thank you for the likes and for the subscriptions. Thank you for watching these last couple of months, and very slowly but surely these subscriptions are rising, so that's fabulous and I'm thrilled to bits. So hopefully you'll like this video. Anyway, let's get on for you. So exciting, you know, we're in February and look what we've got for you to start off with. You've got the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm very keen to get going this month with you. I feel that sense of almost not so much urgency, but you really do want to get on. You're fired up, which is great. You're a fire sign, so you would be. But this 3 Pentacles here definitely talks about your money. It talks about your standing. It talks about you manifesting some money as well and creating a situation. So it could be that you're at work, because there are your finances. You're at work and you're involved with a team of people and you're building something. You're building, you're on a project at work and it's getting underway. So it could mean that for some of you. It could also mean that there are 3 of you, literally because of the 3, that are all working together on this project, trying to achieve something, and it feels quite a deal because of the mountain in the background. And then there's the aspect of you just being very good at what you're doing, but knowing that in order to get something done, there needs to be a team spirit. So you could be at work and you're realizing that this mountain's quite a big one to climb alone, so I'm going to bring in the team, and instead of doing everything solo, I'm going to bring in the team. And that's what this card really does make me feel like for you. It's like you're running on enough cylinders, although there's only 3 there and we need 4, but you're all right. But you do need to communicate your ideas to somebody else and get some help and some feedback, because I'm getting a sense of needing a communication in terms of work and also in your relationship. It could be that if you're in a relationship and it's a little bit tricky at the moment and this is the mountain that's there, then communication is everything. You've got to talk it through. You've got to put your point across, and sometimes, you know, we need a third person to help us with that, or we need to be in a situation where more than 2 heads get to the conclusion. So, but it also does feel rather nice with money, because Pentacles are money. They are what we do, are a material world. So it's you manifesting, you're making something happen and you're creating the situation to get better, if it's a relationship, personal or at work. So a great way to start off your February, really. And then Aries, you got the card of Judgment. So you can see that there. And this is one of those cards, major cards, so it's the card that we'll talk about. When I get it, and I'm thinking about you now with this reading, is we can't sit in judgment of anybody. We don't want to be judged ourselves. Nobody wants to be felt like their opinion doesn't matter, because your opinion does matter. All of our opinions matter, and if you're not being heard, it almost feels like you might feel slightly judged by that, and slightly, you know, they may feel a sense of injustice with that. But this card would say to you that you do need to be heard, and don't judge anybody unless there's a reason to, and don't judge yourself. Don't feel like everything's your fault and that therefore, you know, you've done something wrong. I also feel with this particular card, it feels very strong in terms of cleansing. I'm getting that feeling of whatever it is that needs working out in the relationship or at home, this card would cleanse it. This card would just, it's like a karmic cleanse almost. It would just calm and cleanse the situation. So it's your ability to speak out in the situation at work or at home. Say how you're feeling, not feeling judged or feeling cornered, and therefore not judging yourself, because sometimes we've just got to allow the situation to open up and for the conversation to happen and to get to the root of the problem, and dive into things a little bit. So with the 3 here, and the mountain, it's like, if it is a mountain to climb, if it does feel a little bit tricky, then the conversation opening up will sort it out, and a cleanse is needed. So the judgment card comes in to say, don't judge yourself, don't judge anybody else in your personal life or at work, lest you want to be judged yourself. And there's a cleansing here. So it's all going to be all right, because you can get to the root of any problem, wherever it is in your life, if there's a cleansing and a conversation and the ability to open up, because everybody's got to work together, haven't they? The team spirit that we just had, maybe another person coming in, that third person helping you resolve things, or bringing in a team member, a family member, but talking it through so you can ultimately have that cleanse that you need, so that you can come to the resolution and decide. Then you can rise like the phoenix, then you can come out of the situation, but first of all you've got to cleanse it. So it's a washing down, an opening up, and then a rising. Okay. And so much so, in terms of rising and coming out of the situation and it transforming and being better, you then get the Two of Pentacles. So you've got your 3 to start with, and then you've got your 2. So this is transformation, because it's a butterfly. 3 stages, just like the 3 that we had. So in any situation, whether it's personal or whether it's at work, there's a form of transformation going on. There's a form of conversation. There's a form of opening up and letting this come out. So the Two of Pentacles, because they're pentacles, it refers to work, to money, as I just talked about, to the material aspect. But it could be that there's 2 things that are going on at work that need some juggling. You feel like you're juggling 2 jobs. I haven't got time for 2 jobs. I've only got time for 1 job. Why do they keep putting another job on me? But you can transform the situation by talking about it and by saying to somebody, look, I'm not able to juggle these balls comfortably, so therefore I might need to bring somebody in. So this could very much, and does feel very much like it's related and pulling in with your 3, because 2 and 3, so they follow together, and they're pulling to each other, so that I know there's a relationship here. So you can transform the situation, whatever it might be for you, at work, in your business relationship, or in your personal life, by a conversation, by bringing in the third person, or by talking about it. You know, this one is 2 here, but this feels like you're juggling balls. This feels like you're just asking too much of me. You're putting too much on me emotionally. You're putting too much on me financially. You're putting too much pressure on me. I will need a little bit of help with this. Otherwise, I'm just going to feel out of balance. So in order to transform it and in order to change this, I'm going to need to talk to you about it, and we're going to have to get this finances sorted out, and we're going to have to get this plan of action sorted out. But this is you transforming it and doing it very well. You have that ability, so it's going to get better along with the cleanse. That's what it feels like, okay? And of course, if you have a look here, can you see the affinity sign there? Pulls me into the idea that you're stronger than you think. Remember, you've got that inner reserve. And I know you've got all this fire in you and all this energy, but there's a gentle side to you as well. People forget that, don't they, when they just push you around or they tug you a little bit. Or sometimes you forget yourself that you can only do so much. You've got to be a bit kinder to yourself, okay? And use that inner strength to keep you going. Then, looking down at this one, you've got the Hierophant next, and this is what, sort of week 2 now. There's the Hierophant for you. It's lovely. This is a very strong card for me, whenever this card comes through for anybody, because of the way it relates to me spiritually, and I'm relaying this message to you. This is really lovely because this is a teacher. It could be literally that some of you are in a teaching profession and that you're teaching students, and you're showing them the way by knowledge, by wisdom, by advancing their mind, by studying. But this could also mean that it's not your traditional sort of spirituality. It's not somebody who's going to church necessarily. It feels like somebody who's got a different outlook, that appreciates that just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. But if you don't feel that way, then perhaps you just need to tap into that. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there, because that will broaden your horizons and give you the feeling of being taught, being informed of something. It could be that there's a message coming through for you in the form of a message, maybe from above. Maybe you'll see something, maybe you'll feel something, but it's got that message feeling, that key there to unlocking the door. Or it could be that you just feel like, this makes sense now. this situation makes sense. I've got the key, I've got the answer, I've got the wisdom, I've got the knowledge, I've got the information. And this will come through in form of communication. It will be very strongly in communication because that's one of your strongest points, and you're very aware of that. So if you need to sing it, if you need to shout it, if you need to stand on top of the roof or a hill and proclaim what you need to proclaim, this card would say it's okay to do so. So something's coming in for you which is going to open up the situation on whatever is going on at work or at home. And I do feel as if it's a good idea for you to broaden your horizons, not to be too rigid in your thought pattern, because life is flux, isn't it? Energy is movement. You know, the world, everything's cyclical. There's cycles, and we just move, don't we? And so when we move, we don't break, we bend, and we have to have that elasticity and that flexibility to allow things to come in. So you've got to hear somebody else's point of view, express yours, but hear theirs. You've got to delve into things to uncover them, to understand that there's more to it than meets the eye. Perhaps there's something that you didn't realise that you're going to find out, and it could be very intriguing. So there's a broadening here. It's lovely. Then on to the third week. What have we got here? We have the Two of Wands. Yeah, you've got that energy. Look at the energy. Look at all this. Beautiful. Now, goals, desires, dreams. This is very energetic. This is you moving forward with your plans, because that's what you want to do anyway. You've got these goals and you've got these desires. Could be that you're at a stage in your life where you're thinking, I really want to do something. I really want to do something, and I know that it requires my creativity and my energy to do it. And maybe this Hierophant, the teacher, as I see it, I'm just getting the crow back for you. Maybe this is where it's going to come in, because they were opposite each other in the pack here, in the spread. So it could be that your teacher's coming through, the message coming through of showing you which way you're going here, moving forward. For some of you as well, this is you travelling, literally travelling. Yeah, time of year, easily be doing that. And you may even feel that it's cold and you need some heat. And I just want to go somewhere. I'm not going to wait until it's summer here. I'm going to go to the sun now, and then I'll enjoy the summer here. I definitely want to travel. I just want to get on that plane. I want to get on that bird, as they say. I want to move. Definitely it feels like that for some of you. And then it's also that travelling in your mind as well, not just travelling to another beautiful destination where heat is relevant. Is travelling in your mind, that broadening, that teacher aspect, that message coming through. But these are your goals, and this is you, and it's good. It's good because it's movement forward, and it's steady, and it's energetic, and it's part of you, and it's the right track, and it's definitely a track. And it could be even a train track. It could be somebody that's going on a trip on a train, and they're really looking forward to it. Ultimately, it's movement, and it's movement forward, and it's about your desires, that determination that you've got. It's more than just the dream. It's the bit that makes you tick. It's the bit that gets in your tummy. It's the bit that wakes you up in the morning and you think, what am I going to do today then? You know, how am I going to get through this week? What do I need to get through this week? So it's a passion, and it's full of beautiful energy for you. Something good is coming, something transformative, just like, and I'm looking over at the stack again, at the Two of Pentacles here, transformation. This is the Tower. Okay, so this is this is the third week now. So the Tower, when you see the Tower, excuse me, you can see here this lightning striking. And as you look at this, you can see that it's burning here, and it's breaking down. So sometimes it's a relationship that is breaking down, or work is breaking down. Something is falling away, something is dissolving, but it's not necessarily bad, because in order to do anything in life, to build ourselves back up, to get something better, if it's a little bit stuck, it's got to break down, it's got to fall away, it's got to dissolve a little bit, it's got to you've got to lay your cards on the table, as it were. It's got to be level, it's got to be sorted. And the Tower says that when that happens, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be an extremely good thing, because it lays everything bare. It's rubble, everything's crushed and burned in one respect, but in the other respect, it had to get to that point for you to know where you were, for you to build yourself back up, for you to find clarity. When this card comes through, it has a few connotations, it has a few meanings. It depends on your own personal, what's going on personally in your life right now for you. So the Tower would be saying to you, we've had to shake it up for it to settle down, and it's a good thing. It has to happen. So when the Tower comes in, it just says that something's coming in. It could be that it's changing the situation, it could be making something better, it could be breaking it down so that you can look at it and you can build yourself back up with much more clarity and much more information than you had before, because you've got your teacher coming through giving you information. So it will tie in with that, the messages, what comes through, it'll make sense why the Tower is here, why this transformation is coming, why this change is coming that feels rather sudden to you. Only sudden for some of you, for others it will just be, oh, that is so perfect, that's totally put me on the track I wanted to go on, hence your track here. It's totally put me where I want to go. It makes perfect sense to me. It had to break down. It's that aha moment. It's the bolt of lightning. It's the didn't see it coming, but boy, am I glad it has. Thank you. Makes perfect sense to me. So it'll all depend on your own personal circumstances. But either way, it's a transformation and a breaking down that is needed. And it's very needed. And it's beautiful because then you get the Ace of Pentacles. So this is kind of like your third week now. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles and it's money again. It's your goals. You see this here. I am mad about trees, absolutely mad about trees. And I know, I can feel that you love being out in nature. So you're great at walking. Trees are magnificent, aren't they? The whole, everything about them. And they've got this ability to talk to each other. You know, the roots actually send messages to each other. I mean, and they give us oxygen. I mean, they just give us life and they give us food, and they provide so much. They are so integral and they are so wonderful, and they're full, I'm sounding a bit airy-fairy now, aren't I? But they're full of wisdom, at least I think so. But they communicate, and this makes me feel like that's what you need to do. At home and at work, you need to communicate your feelings and talk about it. And also then, I love this target in the middle, so I can pull back my crossbow and I can fire and I can hit my target, because I'm going to communicate what I want to talk about, my feelings, my emotions, my work, my life. And it's an ace. Lovely. New beginning, new ideas, you projecting yourself. A lovely gift, very natural, very nurturing. It will come slowly, but it will come. And it will be like an idea that comes to you, like your teacher aspect here, the message that's coming through. And it's materially based. So when it's materially based, yes, it talks about finances, which is great. It means that some finances are coming in, things are going to get better. You weren't expecting it, but it's coming in. But you weren't expecting it, but then were you? Because the Tower says, we're shaking it up here. So in comes the Pentacles saying it's all right, okay? The foundation is all right. Let's use that tree aspect, that roots, the family, the making sense of everything and not flying away worrying about stuff, because it's going to be all right. And this Ace of Pentacles would definitely tell you that you're on the right course and something good is coming, and it's going to make you feel good, okay? Financially and also emotionally. So that's beautiful for you. And then right at the end of the month, you've got the Empress, which is actually the how do I put it? So you've got the Emperor, which is your sign, which is your major arcana in the tarot, and then the Empress. So there's sort of like husband and wife, male and female, partners in crime, opposites attract, that kind of thing, yin and yang, all of that. The Empress. So this shows your ability to unstick yourself when you need to, because you can use your creativity, you can use your femininity for those that are female, you can use your feminine side for those that are male, and it shows the drawing on your inner resources. So you've got the Emperor side of you, the very sure side of you, the very determined, sometimes a little stubborn comes up for only some of you. This shows that, well, I'm not, I've got the ability to change that if I need to, because I can communicate my feelings, I can talk about it. For some of you as well, when the Empress card comes up, because it's so fertile, it's fertility and it's new beginnings and it's springtime. It can mean babies as well. And I'm just going to the ace here because this is new beginnings, and this is really making me feel about fertility and the earth and trees and all that's natural and all that's nature. There's an artistic side to this as well. There's a beginning of something materializing. There's an understanding within yourself, and because we've got the tree there again, I know that this is very much about you getting out into nature and tapping into your spiritual side, to that element of you, to being outside and creating a lovely space for yourself. You need to create a space that's really comfortable at home for you, like some beautiful furniture, or just a space that's just for you. And then you need to create the right environment at work so that you're comfortable, so that when you go out each day to your job, if you do go out each day, that you're filled with a sense of security and comfort with that. So this card draws me to fertility, new beginnings, opening up, ideas, creating a beautiful space for yourself as well, male or female, masculine or feminine, whatever that is, because it could be the other aspect of you, because we've all got that in us, haven't we? But this makes me feel as if I'm very creative, I'm communicating everything to people, and there's an openness. People want to come to you, people are drawn to that nurture side of you, that natural side of you, and that ability to be able to talk, because you communicate very well. So it's bringing out that loving side of you as well when you need it, and not feeling as if that loving side can't come out. So don't let that be hampered. Always bring that up to the surface. That's part of you that we need to see. Feels lovely for you. So you're ending the month on a very positive note. And then I got a spirit animal guide card, and you got Cobra, which is lovely. So you're a fire sign, and this means fire here, and of course there's all this red which denotes fire and energy. This is very spiritual as well. This is you being very in tune with yourself, which you are. That sort of nature side of it, that spirituality, that I want to come over to the Hierophant here, but as in the teacher aspect, as I perceive this card and as I feel this card for you. So it's that spirituality. I can communicate, I can stand tall as this Cobra is doing, and I am able to create situations. So there's a creative element to you. There's a go get and I will find feel. It's an opening up. There's challenges for all of us, but you can face these challenges in a creative way, and also in a way that makes you comfortable, because ultimately you've got to feel good in your own space and feel good in your own place, wherever that is, your place in this world, the place where you live, the place where you go to work. It's about having that inner comfort and not conflict. So I feel the energy being very level for you here, and for you being able to get through this month with lots of communication and teamwork and bringing people in to help you when you need it. But ultimately you will be able to stand rather tall and be able to sort a lot of this out yourself, because of that inner knowing, and you'll pull on the resources of the people around you when you need to, which is particularly important. So this card would show real strength, real spirituality, and a real capability to be able to communicate. And for some of you, it feels like some of you will be learning another language right now. There's part of you, for some of you, that really want to expand, really want to broaden your horizons this year, and learning a language is just phenomenal. I feel some of you really studying and opening up and travelling physically and travelling in your mind as well, because you just want to broaden, and a language would do just that, or anything that really kind of gets you going, that makes you feel alive and makes you feel like that spring in your step in the morning, that you've got up and I'm feeling good, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling really good. I want you to feel that. And the Cobra says, go on, tap into you, because ultimately you're a lovely person. You know, I'm a lovely person, that kind of thing. Look at yourself in the mirror and see how wonderful you are, because you truly are. We do need you, Aries. We need that fire. I know you go off, but you've got to remember to keep the energy going, keep yourself level, but I think you're going to do that beautifully. So it looks like, the way the cards have fallen, that there's going to be an interesting February for you, an exciting February for you, and you've got to enjoy it, and you'll make it good for you. I feel rather confident with that. Aries, thank you very much for watching me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, would you kindly like it? And it would just be amazing if you subscribed. That would just be great. So I will see you again in March, sort of birthday month and all of those things. But I'm going to be putting up these weekly videos, which I've been doing for a little while now, and I just pull one or two cards just to have a look at what energies around us. Be great if you kind of hopped over and took a look at those weekly and liked them. It just shows us what energy there is. They're just a bit of fun, and I really like doing them. You'll get a notification if you subscribe. Anyway, less of me, more of you. Have a fantastic February. Lots of love. Take very good care of yourself. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye.